What's up, guys? Obviously, it's Captain Obvious, and welcome to TGIF. Today's gameplay is Battlefield 3. I know that I said I would not do Battlefield 3 on TGIF, but I remember about 10 o'clock last night that TGIF is today, and I had no other gameplay to do, so you got some Battlefield 3. It's some awesome gameplay, though. I'm using the AEK971 on Rush Damavad Peak. This is still pre-patch gameplay because, alas, the Xbox patch is not out yet, so I can't use patch gameplay. It's still awesome gameplay nonetheless. I hope it's very entertaining for you guys to watch while you listen to this awesome story I got to tell you guys. Now, complete opposite of what happened in last week's episode of TGIF, I'm going to tell you guys a funny story, and nothing serious like last week. So, this goes all the way back to 7th grade. And when I was in 7th grade, our teachers went on strike at my school. Now, the difference between my school and a lot of other schools, both in my state and our country, is that Pennsylvania, as I think, is one of only 3 or 4 states that still allow teachers to go on strike over their contract for, being paid. Now, since they're in a union, all the teachers have to go on strike, and my school had to close down. I think it was for about, I think it ended up being a whole week, and then we ended up going back on strike next year. But that's not... I'm not talking about striking. But during this week, it was just a free-for-all. We had nothing to do. I had friends come over. We had, we had great times. We went bike riding. We, played around in the sun, things like that. It came in the end of October. It could have been no better weather. It was like 65 degrees outside. And for some reason, I suddenly did things different. At that time, I still was a very heavy gamer. I played video games a lot. And I'm surprised that I actually, broadened my horizons during that time period to do things other than gaming, such as we went on bike rides a lot. We went to McDonald's a few times that week for lunch together, and I just hung out with a lot of my friends. I met new people and things like that. I had a close friend, and he's still one of my best friends today. And we came over to my house one day, and now we had about 4 or 5 other people with us, and for some reason, I think there was like a 4th grader there. Or 4th or 5th grader at the time. And for some reason he came over thinking that my brother was able to play, yet he doesn't go to my school, so he was still at school and I was at home. But for some odd reason, my friends and I, we decided that it would be a good idea to trash my basement. Now, I don't know why we came up with this decision to do it, but it was fun. We got... If you can just try to picture my basement, it's a giant square, and right in the middle of it is a staircase leading up to the top of my house. I think it's about, I'm not quite certain, I think it's about almost 1,000 square feet. It's a pretty big basement. And it's just a giant square with a hole in the middle, pretty much, where the stairs go up to the rest of my house. And then off to the side is a weight room where my dad and my brother work out. So, if you got a picture of it right now. And now we have 2 closets. And these are packed with toys. I mean, they used to be piled high, but not anymore because everyone in my house is a lot older. But these, closets were piled so high with toys that we just did something with them. We had the decision of doing an nerf war, because nerf guns are freaking amazing. So we decided to have a nerf war, and it just turned into a whole lot more than that. We trapped this 4th grade kid in a playhouse that my sister used to have. And now, we didn't trap him in it. We didn't, block off the doors. No, we literally slammed and jammed, half of my basement's toys inside of this house and trapped the kid, we condensed him inside of this little house for, 15 minutes. I don't know what the hell we were thinking. This kid could have, suffocated in there. I don't know why we decided to do this, but for some reason to us, it seemed like it was a fun thing to do. Trapping kids in houses is just a great thing, and it really makes you feel like a great person for almost killing the kid. But I don't know why that we felt that that was acceptable. So, I don't know why we ran upstairs into my parents' bedroom and into our walk-in closet. I thought maybe we would get in trouble, but for some reason we found that it was okay to run away from some kid sitting in a playhouse who could have died. But that's what happened that day. It was a pretty intense situation. I mean, I was concerned, after the fact. At the time I was having a whole lot of fun, but I was concerned for the kid. I mean, he was crying and stuff, and I have a very, I'm not going to say weak, but my heart, you know, I always feel bad for things. I have a lot of empathy, and I felt bad for the guy after a while. I mean, I didn't like show it to all my friends to make me seem weak, but yes, I felt bad for the kid. I felt bad that we did that to him. We tortured him, and for some reason, he came back the next day. He just came back with us the next day, and we had more fun. But it didn't involve stuffing him in the house. What it did involve, though, was a day of filming. We decided to go out on our bikes and ride around and record ourselves with a video camera. And we did extremely weird antics. Like, we threw Coke cans on my driveway, and my mom got home and she was not happy about that. I think we rode around one of our neighborhoods, and we were calling us, like, the biker gang or something like that. Something really cheesy and immature, and something stupid like that. And at that time, it was fun. We were having a great time, and I can just remember all the, laughs we were having together. And I got on a lot of new friendships during this time period. I mean, during that time, I was only friends with, my personal friends, the people I'm close with, the gamers. And one of my friends who I'm still great friends with, and the one I mentioned before, he was friends with a lot of other people, and I met them through him, the other people through him, and things like that. It was just a great week. And the second day of this whole, adventure we went on, we went back to my house, and we messed up the basement again. After I cleaned it the day before, I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this again. And then, for some reason, peer pressure made me mess up my basement again, with even more toys this time. And this is when we had the Nerf war. Not before, we had the Nerf war this day. And we had not ping pong tables. We had like chalkboards lined up. We had other kind of tables. We had stuffed animals. We had pillows, couches, chairs, everything you could imagine lined up, one on one side of the basement and one on the other. We had one in the corner near the workout room and one in the corner down near where my stairs are that go upstairs. So you can imagine the chaos that was about to ensue. And it wasn't just chaos. It was pure insanity. 7th graders running around a basement that is covered in toys with sharp things on the ground, with marbles everywhere, with balls, with, broken toys and things like that. And with guns and with, like, high on some kind of food. We were either on a sugar rush, salt rush. I don't know if you get rushes off of salt. But you know what I'm saying. We were hyper for some odd reason. And the next thing that happened is the most regrettable thing I have ever done. Or one of the most regrettable things I've ever done. Ever. What one of my friends did was he went upstairs into my fridge. And he got a container of strawberries. Now, you can just imagine, if you guys are thinking right now, what's going to happen next. If you guys are thinking strawberry war, you are completely 100% correct. We had a strawberry war. At the end of this day, my walls in my basement were covered in red strawberries. To this day, there are still some remnants of that. In the carpet, that is. We haven't changed our carpet for a while. But the walls right now are fine. The walls were covered in red, the carpet were covered in red, and guess what? I had to clean it all up. And I learned my lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of TGIF. It was an awesome story. Next week I'll have another story that I find really entertaining for you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to check me out on Twitter and Facebook. The links are down in the description. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. And now, just in case you guys missed it, here's yesterday's video. It was a promo for my new series, Battlefield 3 Tactical Analysis. It went really well. Twitter, Facebook, and if you guys have yet to, make sure you subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.